heard her talk about it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I was around in those days or not, but then she went to taught Carson School between Fairview and Hiawatha for a number of years. Then she got in the Hiawatha school system and she taught there for a long time.
Well, did Russell teach in Kansas or just in Nebraska?
I don't remember him teaching any place other than he might have, but that's the only place I remember.
And you say he was in Dwight, Nebraska?
Dwight, Nebraska.
And I'm not sure where that is.
Well, it's close to Seward, Nebraska, wherever that is. It's well, not too far in there where you used to live. I don't think in that part of it.
Far west?
I'm not sure about that.
Uh-huh.
Not sure. I know they had taken him to the hospital, Seward, Nebraska.
So did he have stomach pains in school?
Sharp pain
or
in his
just...
stomach. The doctor told him he was constipated and gave him some medicine, sent him home.
He did?
And he was getting worse and worse, and he called, about lunchtime, he called Grandma Schmitt's. On Sunday we always eat at Grandma's.
Mm-hmm.
All the kids that were nearby. And wanted somebody to come get him. He wanted to go to Smith at the hospital. And they got him and got him home, and he was in bad shape coming home. And that's when Dad says Harold was driving 90 miles an hour and blew out a tire. I didn't know, of course, it went 90 miles an hour then, but...
Going to Nebraska or on the way back?
On the way back.
On the way back.
And they took him in, they operated that night, and he died that night.
Hmm.
Yeah, his girlfriend lived up there too.
And how old was he?
I don't know, I have to look. I don't know. Fairly young, but...
Yeah, I've only seen that one picture of him.
Well, there's not very many pictures around. I think I had one.
Yeah.
He was in, I'm not sure about that. There was another Schmitt that went, Claire Schmitt, who was a cousin, that also went to Hayes because I got their yearbook in here, and those pictures in it.
Oh.
I can show it to you in a minute.
Okay.
I'll give it to you if you, my kids aren't interested in keeping that stuff, and I'm not going to be around much longer, so if you want to stay in the, is that on?
Yeah.
Why don't you cut it off, man?
I'll take that part out.
Huh?
Okay.
But,
well, I can scan in that, you know, I can scan in Russell's picture and put it up on the website.
yeah, I think his picture's in it. I don't know, I got so many pictures, I got thousands, or thousands might be, I don't know, exaggeration. But I took a lot of pictures in my business.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of design work for buildings, particularly in the West Coast, and the seismic buildings.
Huh.
Design.
Yeah.
Where they would build the buildings, got to build them 4 foot apart, the hospitals.
Yeah.
And they put the columns on Teflon, 3 foot to 3 foot, and they had got a case around it, so when the building, instead of shaking it was going to tilt around. This was San Bernardino Hospital, was the first one that really built for that, and we'd have to take pictures of the conditions.
Now, what did you do? What did you do?
What did I do?
That you were designing for hospitals?
Well, let me get my book here. I'll show you. I got the book. Explain everything. It'll give you an idea. It's hard to explain what the expansion joint, the seismic code is to anybody.
Well, I understand it. I do.
Company, but he started the company. He worked for another company, but he was one of these big spenders. Like he'd go down to Dallas whenever he played Texas and come back with a $300 hotel bill. When I got to be a stockholder, I started asking him about it because I'd seen the book. I was an estimator, so and I started asking him about all this money he was spending on it. And he says, looked at me and he says, Dale, that's none of your damn business. Well, I said, yes it is, because I'm a stockholder. And he said, well, you come in Monday morning, we'll see if we can't give you your final paycheck. Well, they give me my final paycheck, but they didn't give me my $2,500 back. And his brother, though, was financed him and some other operations. And I had this idea, and I was, you know, and he heard about it. And he said his son, he said, tell him, he said Dale over this new idea, he wanted to hear about it. And his brother Paul, and this is Roy Scoble was her name. And I went over there and I said, what I want. And he said, okay. I said, I'll give you $5,000 to start with.
Mhm.
And what I needed is more than not only his 5,000, I needed his credit, bank credit. He was in Delton Construction Company, speculating and stuff like that. And then one of the partners in the other company wasn't active. He's the one that ended up a partner over here. His specialty was building equipment, machines, stuff to build a product. He could take the labor out of one of them, and you give him, you know, it was highly automatic like some of the things they do now, but it was for the metal industry. But you couldn't buy particular equipment for that because it wasn't. I saw him one day, and I told him what he sounded like that part, so it ended up three of us. I never had any money to put up, so I didn't put any up. And so we started, we come up real slow. It was about a two-man company, me and the shop superintendent, and the shop superintendent was the only employee in the shop. And we kept growing and growing, and I started working in these areas where my weakness of my competitors was, because they were selling and making them, but they weren't making other products, they weren't specializing. Like I was picking out all the faults, interviewing architects, whatever I can, calling on them, find out what they didn't like and what their problems were having. I solved their problem.
Mhm.
My catalog, I told about those problems. And first